All right. All right, guys. So let's just get into it, man. Let's take a look at this schedule. Man, like we said earlier, man, we have a doozy of a schedule. This is probably the toughest schedule that I've seen in quite some time, man. To be honest, I'm happy for it. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it because it's a challenge for our Philadelphia Eagles. But, you know, everyone made a big deal of the kind of schedule that we had last year, all right? And, you know, you only play who you have on your schedule. And every year you never know what teams are going to be good and what teams are going to be bad. I mean, realistically, generally, we have an idea of what teams will be the good teams going into the next year. But you never know what team didn't have a great year the year before or hadn't had a couple great years the past few years. We'll make that leap. We'll make that jump. All right, the way the NFL is set up is designed to have parity. So each and every year, the gap between the team that's up here and the team that's down here is not this big. It's more like this. All right. So any given Sunday has never been more of a true statement in the NFL than what it has been currently in the games that we've been watching. All right. Now, let's just take a look into the schedule, man. Now, you're defending NFC champions or starting out on the road against New England. Now, a lot of people are making something out of that because they're saying, hey, we won the NFC East. We won the NFC championship. Why in the world are we starting out on the road? Well, let's just take a look at it, man. First, you know, I thought, but you know what? It's no big deal, man. The guys, they play 17 games, which is an odd number of games, okay? How do you do it, all right? If you start the guys off at home first, they're going to wind up having 2 more extra back-to-back road games, all right? Yeah, I mean, that's how you got to look at it, all right, because that's the way it shook out, all right? And if you look at the schedule, the Philadelphia Eagles have only 2 back-to-back road games, okay? One, they have a Week 5 against L.A., and then they have Week 6 against the Jets. And then they have another stretch on the back end where they play Dallas and Seattle in back-to-back weeks where they have to be on the road, okay? Other than that, you know, they have multiple games where they're home. The Eagles have a stretch where they're home. Let's see. I thought it was 3 games in a row, but they're actually away against Kansas City. Almost was about to say something that was incorrect, and I'm glad I caught myself. So anyway, we start on the road against New England coming out. Now, New England is honoring Tom Brady. This is the home opener, so you're always going to get every team's best shot. Remember last year against Detroit? We were on the road last year against Detroit in Detroit, okay? And for a while, we was whooping Detroit, and then Detroit, you know, they came back. They kept fighting. And we got their best effort on game number 1 opening the season. And I bet you any amount of money, we're going to get that same kind of effort, if not even more of an effort, with the honoree that they're going to have there on that particular day. So we got to start the game. We got to start the season out with a challenge, and I like that, okay? Then we play the Minnesota Vikings, Thursday night football. It's not Monday night. It's not Sunday night. But, hey, it is Kirk Cousins and it is prime time. Need I say more? Let's mark that down as another W, okay? So it looks like we're starting out the season 2-0, all right? Then we play the Bucs. We know the Bucs aren't that much of a team anymore. Tom Brady's no longer there now with his Baker Mayfield. Devin White wants a trade. He may not even be there by the time the season starts, okay? And who else? Who knows what other veterans are going to be looking to get themselves out of Dodge and out of town onto a team that actually has a chance to compete for the playoffs this year, okay? Because you got some guys on that team that, you know, when you get older veteran guys, you know, they come to a team, you know, they're all trying to achieve a goal, and when that thing gets dismantled and there's no longer a possibility of that goal being there, these guys are great players, man. They're old. They don't have a lot of time to play in this league, man. So they're going to utilize their agents because that's what they pay them for, to try to go out there and get them to a better team, all right? Now the Philadelphia Eagles come back home, and we play Washington Commanders, okay? Now, I'm expecting the Washington Commanders to be a much better team this year, okay? You can't just think that you're going to beat down on a team every single year. Is this a W? Yes, this is absolutely a W. However, what I'm just saying is that it's going to be a hard-fought W and our first divisional opponent of the year, okay? Then we're taking a trip out to L.A. Week 5. What a time. The weather will be extra nice out there, and your boy truly will be out there in LA to watch your Philadelphia Eagles play the LA Rams, and I will bring you all the coverage that I can and let you know how we getting down. Hopefully by that time I have the channel up over 1,000 followers and subscribers, and we can have a great time. We can get some lives popping out there. We could talk to the fans. We can make it a real interactive time, man. That's something I would like to do. Okay, then the Eagles have to fly all the way back to the East Coast, which they would have to do anyway. Okay, we just really making a big deal out of it because the Philadelphia Eagles will have to fly back to Philadelphia anyway. So when we fly back to Philadelphia, all they have to do is get on a train and go up to New York City and play the New York Jets. Now, that will be our most challenging game of the up-and-coming young season. Now, to me, I'm saying that because I have no idea what the other 5 teams are going to be like, but the Jets last year was a hell of a football team that just were a disaster at quarterback. I don't know any other way to explain it more eloquently other than the way I just did, okay? The Jets were a disaster at quarterback and still had a chance to make the playoffs in the AFC. Okay, in the AFC, which is much more competitive than the NFC. Understand the Jets have a hell of a defense. Understand the Jets have some young, terrific talent at wide receiver. And understand if Aaron Rodgers can get those guys on the same page, and from all reports and everything that we've seen, he's already at OTAs hugging everyone from the owner all the way to the cafeteria staff. All right, so it looks like he's all in, and this is another guy that's only got a year or 2, maybe 3 left of some actual greatness. All right, so yeah, you better get in there and you better make the time count. All right, now I'm gonna say that the Philadelphia Eagles is just going to be too much of a complete squad coming off of a Super Bowl, excited to go into their first real test, knowing that a lot of people will be looking at them as an underdog, and I think early sporting odds have us as an underdog in that Jets game, all right? But I'm going to give us the W anyway, okay? Then we go against the Dolphins. Now, that's the tough game there, okay? Because it just depends on how we play. What I don't know is how great the Miami Dolphins defense will be. I know they got some changes going on over there, so they might have gotten even better, all right? And if their defense can give them something while their offense runs up and down the field, that could be even more of a challenge, and that's a home game, okay? However, I'm gonna give us a W again, all right? What is there? Do you notice a trend here? Okay, I'm not giving us any losses at home. I don't care who it is. It's Jalen Hurts versus Tua Tagovailoa, and we all know the story. There's no need for me to rehash the story and tell y'all about what happened between Tua and Jalen down in Alabama, okay? This is, Jalen won't say it, but this is one of them, yeah, they should have never played you over me type of games, okay? All right. Then the Philadelphia Eagles travel back down here to where I'm currently located in Washington, D.C., not even that far from the stadium in which the game will take place, okay? That will be the second time that we play the Washington Commanders, okay? And I want to give us an L here because it's like, you know, it's early in the season. Washington's still going to have something to play for. The Philadelphia Eagles had already beat them one time. And if the Washington Commanders have any chance of trying to win the division, they can't lose to Philadelphia twice. But that's exactly what's going to happen, man. All right, because we know that if the Philadelphia Eagles are the type of team that they need to be, then they got to beat down on the bottom dwellers of this division. Now, this is not the NFC least like it used to be, all right? This division now is a little more tougher, okay? But I think the Eagles may just drop that game looking ahead to the Dallas game, okay? Because they're going to come back home to Dallas, and everyone knows that that's going to be one of the biggest games of the year, depending on especially where Dallas is at that particular point in time. Is Dallas 6-2? Are they 7-1? Are they 8-0? All right? I'm not looking at Dallas' schedule right now. I'll do another show where we'll go ahead and we'll look at Dallas' schedule. We'll look at Washington's schedule. We'll look at the Giants' schedule and try to figure out where these opponents will be when it comes comes time for us to play them and how just big of a game that might be. That actually might be a fun exercise for us to try and interact with, okay? But then we play the Dallas Cowboys at home, and, man, I don't know. That's a toss-up game, okay? We're going to come back to that one, all right? Then we play Kansas City after a bye week in Kansas City, and I'm just going to tell you straight up, man, because y'all already know what it is. This is an absolute revenge game, okay? Absolute revenge game. We know exactly what this is about. This is about going into Kansas City and embarrassing the Chiefs. This is about going in there and dragging them off the field by their hair. This is about going in there and leaving no doubt that on the night of the Super Bowl Sunday, we should have been victorious, and we blew it. We blew it. We blew it. I don't want to rehash it. We know what was going on. It was a great game. It was an all-time leading game by Jalen Hurts, outplayed Patrick Mahomes, and we blew it. All right? A couple calls didn't go our way. Play calls. Good thing Jonathan Gannon's not here anymore. He's gone. He's out of there. Goodbye, okay? Now, I will say that I think I do have our first loss of the season coming to the to the Buffalo Bills, okay? Because, guys, listen, it's been a hell of a run so far. I mean, you beat New England, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Washington twice, L.A., the Jets, the Dolphins, the Cowboys. You got all the way up to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. A letdown is coming somewhere, some way, okay? I think somehow, some way that the Eagles lose a little bit of focus, man, after getting so high off that game against Kansas City. And I do think that somehow, some way we find a way to stumble against the Buffalo Bills. But with the 49ers on the horizon, we find a way to lick our wounds real quickly, and we get right back up on that mountain, and we destroy the crybaby, whining ass 49ers, man. I've never seen a franchise that cries so much, from the owner to the coach to the players. I mean, damn, the quarterback who got hurt, not even crying. I don't even think he cried when he got hurt. But Debo, man, we got to get Debo Samuels a crying meme, because it's a crying shame. Boy, quit your crying. Quit your crying, Debo. All right? Then we go to Dallas. I'll say we split with Dallas. I'm thinking about going to Dallas again. I went to Dallas a couple years ago. I had a great time down there, man. Dallas. I can't stand the Dallas Cowboy fans in this area, but the Dallas Cowboy fans in Dallas, you guys, not so bad. Not so bad. All right? Then we go to Seattle, okay, and I'm sorry, it's Geno Smith, okay? That's a W, all right? That's a W. So looking like I got 2 losses so far, and then we play the New York Football Giants, man, okay? That game is at home. I got to say that's a win. Got to say that's a win. Got to say we play Arizona at home. It just depends, man. At this particular point in time, the Philadelphia Eagles are looking like they're 14-2. Or 13-2, my math is correct, with 2 games left to go against Arizona and New York. And if the Philadelphia Eagles are 15-2 going into a last stretch of the season, and we have the division locked up, I think we can go ahead and lose both those games, or maybe just one of them. Maybe the last game of the season at New York, we can rest the players. Maybe the Philadelphia Eagles will end up again 14-3. Hey, tell me you don't like my schedule prediction, man. If you think something's off or something's wrong about what I picked or how I feel or whatever it is, holla at your boy, man. Holla at me, man. We're going to get into the roster breakdown. We're going to look at everything, man, get into the depth chart and understand how great of a football team we have here. All right, we're going to talk about our new coordinators and Sean Desai and Brian Johnson, okay? Hey, listen, Sean Desai, man, I don't know if you guys seen it, but he won me over in his press conference, man. Absolutely impressive, this guy. Impressive, man. He had me all riled up. I wanted to get out there and go play, but I'm too old for that. So I stay right here behind the mic, man. Hey, guys, man, this is your boy TK, the official. I just wanted to recap what's been going on with free agency, what's been going on in the Eagles drafting, and what's going on in the outlook to come with the Eagles schedule. We'll talk about OTAs and get ready to cover everything in the rest of this offseason as we get ready to conquer the rest of the league for the next season coming up, man. This is a redemption tour. This is a we left something tour. This is a we got to go back and get what's ours tour. All right? Watch out for the disrespect this year, man. This your boy TK, the official. This has been TK Sports, and I'm out.